Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, early learners. Welcome back to the art room. It's me, Mrs. Readwright. This week, we're going to be talking about weather. We had lots of rain, over a week of rain, and I wanted to do some art that showed rain in famous artworks. Let's start out with our hello song, and it goes like this. Hello, nice to see you, everyone. Hello, nice to see you, everyone. Hello to you, hello to you, hello to you, hello to me. Hello, nice to see you, everyone. All right, we're going to be doing the ABCs of rhyme, and today I'm starting with the letter B. But before we get into the art, let's take a look inside the suitcase and see what these three things might have in common. I wonder if there are things you already know. I brought this, and I can put it on my head to keep the rain off of my head. It's a rain hat. Inside, I also have this, and it's an unusual one because it's folded backwards. You open it this way, and you open it like this, and it turns itself this way, so that when you put it down, you can keep all the rain inside, and it keeps it all dry inside your car. And the last thing I wanted to show you inside the suitcase is this. Now, I've talked to you about the fact that I am a cyclist, and sometimes when I'm cycling, I get caught in a rainstorm. So I have this poncho. And the thing about a poncho that's a regular poncho, if it gets caught with the wind, it'll fly up when you're riding your cycle. So mine has a little hook that hooks onto my bicycle. So when I'm riding, it won't fly up, and it has weights, and it has a mask that goes over my face and keeps the rain off of my entire face. Now, all of these things have something to do with weather. I use a rain hat, a rain poncho, and a rain umbrella, so you know I am ready for the rain. The second part of this week is going to be about rhymes. And today the art project has to do with boots. Boots. What rhymes with boots? I can think of a word that starts with the letter H, and it's a sound that an owl makes. Hoots. Boots, hoots. They both say oots. What about part of a plant? Roots. Roots, boots. They both say oots. What about shoots? Some people get a shot and you use shoots there, but there's also grass that grows up that it's called shoots. But the word that I thought would be great with our boots starts with fur, fruits. So what I thought we could do is cut out two boots to make a pair, and then color fruits on the boots and say fruits on boots. And here it is right here, boot with fruit. And I drew cherries on these. But I thought if you just cut out two boots, and some of you might think, oh, that seems so hard. I don't know how to do that. All you have to do is start with a rectangle. I better use this because I have on, oh, my black apron will be good. Here's a tall rectangle. That's the part that goes up your leg. And then you need a different rectangle that your foot slips into, and this would make a boot. If you want to make your boot like that, that will work. Now, a lot of boots have a little thing in back to help you pull the boot on. So if I think about that it's going to be a rectangle, here are my 2 pieces of white paper. It's going to be a rectangle that goes from here. Oh, I think I'll put my little board on my lap. It's easier to see on there. Plus, I haven't introduced you to the art or the artist. Pierre-Auguste Renoir painted our picture that's up here, but let me finish getting this cut out and then we'll turn to that and talk about it. There I'm going down for that rectangle. I make a curve and go out for a second rectangle. It's almost a great boot shape, but I need to go up a little for the heel and go down for the rest of the foot and curve the end so it's not so square, because I don't know anyone who's got square toes. I'll make my heel go in and go down to the heel. There are my 2 boots. Let's take a look at the art and the artist. I brought the artist card to my lap so I could show you and talk about Pierre-Auguste Renoir. He was born in 1841, and he was a French artist. And as a French artist, he and his family moved to Paris when he was only 3 years old. He showed talent early, and they had him go to a place where they made dishes. He didn't make the dishes, but once the dishes were made, he painted on those dishes and made the porcelain dinnerware. Now, he was a good painter that way, and he would paint people's portraits, but he was really famous for his social scenes of the day. And let's take a look up here. I'm going to put him next to his artwork. I'll slide him in here and take a look at the umbrellas. Now, interesting about the umbrellas. He started this painting at one point in his life, and he did all of these people. And their clothes were a little fussy, and they were more feather-like painting style. And then, 4 years later, he painted this woman and this man and added it to the painting. And no one wanted to buy it. They thought this was too different from these 2, and they thought it wasn't a good artwork. So he kept it to himself for a long time. And you'll notice most of the people are busying themselves doing things, except this little girl in her boots and this woman looking straight at us. Now, this woman doesn't have on a raincoat like the others. She doesn't have an umbrella, but this man is staring at her, and people think that he was about to offer her his red-handled umbrella. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to make some boots like these little girls are wearing? So we've got ours cut out. And what I thought would be great is if we could draw our favorite fruit on our boots. Do you want your boots to be going side to side like this? Or do you want them to be walking the same direction? Decide what you would like to do, and I am going to make mine walking the same direction. Now, I think I'm going to start out by drawing maybe watermelons and bananas on mine. So I need my red to make my triangles of watermelon. And to make it really look like watermelon, what do I need to put on there? Right, a green rind and black seeds. Even though a lot of us eat watermelon that is seedless anymore, the seeds make you know it is definitely a watermelon. I've got enough watermelon there, and I think I will do, oh, I should do my light green next, because there is a light green on the rind. So I'm going to use this and hold it on its side and do all the tops of the triangles. And then I will do an outline of dark green after that, so it looks like a real watermelon. So one of my boots has watermelon on it. Now, normally people have a pair of boots and they would have the same kind of thing decoration on it. So I think what I will do is do a little color in here like this. You can watercolor, or you can finish filling it in with your pastels. And I will go back afterwards and color in all my black dots. Because with pastels, you can blend them easily. I wanted you to see that if you don't have some of the materials that I used in art, like let's say you didn't have pastels, but you do have watercolors, you can do any of these projects using the kind of material that you would like. Don't worry if you don't have a certain thing, because if you say, oh, all I have are crayons, crayons work great, so you could use those. Now you'll see I'm going to put my black dots on here. Now, since I've used this waxy, oily pastel, I could paint over all of it and make my boots a different color if I wanted to. And that makes it even more fun, because later, when we do a puddle, and when people get together and they all put their arms around each other's shoulders, it's called a huddle. And when we come to that day, you'll say, oh, a huddle in a puddle. I like to outline my things that are white so that you can see them better when I use them later. So if you like an outline, go ahead. If you like yours just to stay the color that they are, then that's up to you. I think I would like a little orange around the edge of mine too. I can see what I can add to this and see if I like it this way. And if I don't, on my second boot, I can do something else. And another day you'll say, oh, I'm going to make another pair of boots, and this time I'm going to have cats and dogs on it, because some people say when it rains really hard, it's raining cats and dogs, but that just means it's raining really hard. It doesn't mean that cats and dogs are going to fall from the sky. Wouldn't that be funny? And you'd get a new pet. You'd say, hey, this cat landed in my yard. What about this dog? Boys and girls, this was a fun boot to make. Now I can make my other one. I think bananas would be good on it. I'm going to look at this. We can do this because I have a song I wanted you to sing about boots, and it goes like this. Walking in the raindrops, walking in the raindrops, walking in the raindrops, I like to wear my boots. All right, let's take a look and put these aside and tell you what we're going to do tomorrow. Pardon me? Oh, sorry. Tomorrow we're going to do Paris, a rainy day, and we're going to find a rhyme for umbrella. And we're going to do white paper. We need a piece of yellow. Your favorite color. Bring black paper for boots. You can bring colored pencils. I'm going to use a black permanent pen and glue stick and scissors, and we're going to put a fella under an umbrella. So I would like for you to think about what you're going to bring and be ready to join me here, and we will learn a new song, and we will learn a new artwork and a new artist. So join me here tomorrow, boys and girls. Thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new